Shalom, call halal, wahawat, la Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shah, Ba'asham Rachakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone, rule well, and who have taught us this truth. Honors and salutations to you fellow laborers that's doing the work of truth and sincerity. Shalom to you, and shalom to the few Akwaf that believes and learn. This is video I just entitled Jake is totally emasculated. And yeah, it's due to this situation with Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. And so many thoughts went through my mind as I watched it, and I watched the brother's video, and I'm just putting my little 2 cents in, laying backing off the brother's video, because I just thought about how emasculated our our fellow men of Israel are, especially outside of this knowledge, man. They just it's a lot of them is just so emasculated. It's not even funny, man. But here it is. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock over defending the so-called honor of his wife when she didn't even protect the honor of her husband, when she openly admitted, or proudly admitted, committing adultery on him. And he didn't have the same energy when when he confronted her. All right, the same as when he slapped Chris Rock. All right, which it shows you how emasculated Jake is, man. He's just a big softy, man. All right, it's unmanly. All right, and men like that is not going to make it into the kingdom from this side. They're going to come in as babes. All right, when they'll come back in their right mind and be perfect and masculine. All right, so watch how he's emasculated in this video. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's people's feelings involved. Right. You've been on a hell of a journey with me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's people's feelings involved. Right. Mm-hmm. It's healing that needs to happen. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So what happened, Jada? Okay, so I think it was about 4 years ago, started a friendship with August. Mm-hmm. And we actually became really, really good friends. Mm-hmm. And it all...
Strike one right there. Let's get it. I'm getting everything in scripture, man. Let's strike one. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 9. It says, "Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction." And this happens a lot in this society, which is it's common, and that's strike one. You don't sit at all with another man's wife. And this is typical, man. I've had these offers many a times where women knowingly and willingly to commit adultery on their own husbands or men, whatever you want to call it, boyfriend. All right, and knowingly or just basically just offering, I should say, to engage in friendship with me, and I always decline, because when you have a mind to maintain your integrity towards Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, hey, a man of the Most High is going to always decline that. Recently I had that happen to me. Oh, we can be friends. No, you have a man, sweetie. You go home to your man, enjoy your husband or your man, whatever. I've always hit them with that. They get mad and upset because the man they usually have is, emasculated. But there's your choice. Women choose men in this world for the most part. And men not choosing the woman is the problem. All right? You have to choose a woman in of your liking, one that suits you. All right? You don't let a woman choose you. All right? And brothers out there, I'm sure you can give testimonies about that as well. Women always looking to get with other men outside their own men at home. Because this society is built around wickedness, man. It's nothing but wickedness in the society. All right, so let's continue on.
It all started with him just needing some help. You know, me wanting to help his health, his mental state. And we found all those different resources, you know, to...
You're concerned with the mental health and whatever of another man rather than your own husband? Just show you how not just, you know, the daughters of Zion, which is, you know, we'll start with the so-called black women, the so-called Latino, so-called Native American women. It's not just them. Other women in this society does this same exact thing. Why you worry about another man outside your own man? That doesn't make no sense to begin with, man. That's just, I mean, it's, man, theatrical, you know? What the hell are you concerned with another man for? All right? You don't let your woman even go out and about like that. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 25. Let's get that. Ecclesiastes 25 and verse 25, it says, Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad. See? You know what's her problem? Will Smith is not a man. As far as he's not dealing with her like a real masculine man. You know, he probably lets her go wherever, and do whatever, you know? And you're not supposed to let your woman just get abroad like that, man. Just give her liberties to do whatever, man. Girls' night out, you know, going to the club with the homegirls, ladies' night out, you know. That's not conducive to a healthy relationship. See what I'm saying? And a lot of guys let their woman do that, man. You know? That leads to failure. All right, a failed relationship, a failed marriage, however you want to word it, man. You see?
To help pull them through. And from there, you know, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
That particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over.
We were
over. And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
And I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
Hey, that's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship.
See what I'm saying? That's not funny. You know, he don't have the same energy towards her as he did Chris Rock, man. You see? Showing you how emasculated this Will Smith guy is, man. Let's move this up a little bit. Let's get that spirit of jealousy, man. All right. Spirit of jealousy. All right, this is the book of Numbers. Well, yeah, let's go up a bit. Numbers 5 and 11. And Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, which really the sons of Israel. When you go into the actual word, it say bun or bunyam. It says, And say unto them, If any man's wife go aside and commit a trespass against him, like Jada did, you know, she committed a trespass against him. She made little of it, called it an entanglement, man. You had a full-blown relationship with or started a relationship with another man outside your husband, man. Come on, man. Verse 13, and a man lie with her carnally, and it be hid from the eyes of her husband, and be kept closed, and she be defiled, and there be no witness against her, neither she be taken with the manner, and the spirit of jealousy come upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be defiled, or if the spirit of jealousy come upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she not be defiled. So basically, the spirit of jealousy over your woman is when you suspect her of doing something, and if she is or if she ain't, all right, still the spirit of jealousy can come upon you. All right, and with Jada, she boldly defiled herself with this August Alsina guy, and she's telling him, and this, he's finna cry. You look in the video, he's like he's about to cry. All right.
Absolutely.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy.
I was in a lot of pain, and I was very broken. Now, in the process...
Even if you separate from your woman, let's get that, man. All right? Even if he separate from his woman, she's still supposed to be reconciled to her husband, man. All right? She's supposed to be reconciled to her husband, man. All right, let me see. We'll go to the law on that, man. Here we go. 1 Corinthians 7. It says, and it's talking about, a believing and unbelieving man or husband and his wife, either or. But the point is in verse 11. I'm sorry, let's start at 10 though. And until the married I command and until the woman, and until the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband. So you're not supposed to depart from your husband, really, because that's adultery. A man and his woman separate, and the first man that lay with her, that's her husband. All right, starting with that. Let's start with that first, So if another man lie with her, and that man that lay with her first is still yet living, that's adultery. All right. So whoever lay with her after that, they just commit adultery. And that's why you have it today where, anyone we lay with that's not a virgin, a man already went to her, technically you're committing adultery. All right. So technically. All right. Verse 11. But if she depart, let her remain unmarried, or be reconciled to her husband. See? So if they were to separate, right? Or whatever you want to call it, legal separation in today's society, she's supposed to be reconciled to her husband. Not, go out there, see if another man's attracted to her and start having a relationship with that man and, start committing adultery with that man. All right, that's a wicked thing. All right. But like I said, in this world, all right, in this society, this is normal. All right, showing you how wicked this society is, man. All right. It says, and let not the husband put away his wife. See? You take guys out there take a risk putting your wife away because things like that can happen, especially in this society, man. I see women get with other guys, man. A man could, be at work, she at home. Jamal's coming in the back door. you know, then she washes up before her husband get home, greets her husband, and she been kissing, sucking, and screwing Jamal. All right, and she come to the door and greets her husband as soon as he get home, like nothing has happened. This is common in this wicked society. All right, this is very common. All right, but she's supposed to be reconciled to her husband, not, Jada wasn't supposed to go out and get with August. I was saying this R&B guy, you know.
Process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself. Mm-hmm. And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner.
During that time, launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. Mm-hmm. It had been so long since I felt good.
Right. Husband, now I got to be with you at the press.
And this is, you know what I'm saying? This is a game. This is a joke, man. To her, she's talking about it like, she knows there's no repercussions for her actions, man. All right, that's how you know that, the law of the Most High is abhorred. All right, in the society. All right, because if the law was upheld, she wouldn't even, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. All right, because we know the penalty for committing adultery. This is Leviticus 20:10. And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife, this is August Alsina, even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer, which is the man, and the adulteress, which is the woman, shall surely be put to death. So, this is why the society has to be done away with, man, because this is a most wicked society, man, where if you speak righteousness, you're looking like, the crazy one. People will speak evil against you, but in all reality, they're the wicked ones. All right? Because in the society, there only be a few that's righteous minded. All right? And that's what we call the hopefully elect, all right, of the nation of Israel, which is the so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native American people. All right? Those of us that are righteous minded, Lord willing, I'm a part of the elect, Those of us that are righteous minded, we see the error in this whole matter. The whole matter, because it's not a funny thing. It's not a game. This is a serious situation. Now, I'm not saying that none of us are innocent of this same violation of the law. I've got with women that wasn't virgins. All right. Then I've slept with virgins, right? So I'm not saying like I'm not guilty of this law. But see, that's where being remorseful for your sins or your iniquities, all right, believing in your heart, being remorseful and rehearsing the righteous acts, that's where it come into play. All right, because we've been given the gift of faith, and so that's why we rehearse the righteous acts. That's why we know not to get with another man's woman. All right. Now, you may be with a woman and you may not be in her first. All right, but through faith, man. All right, through faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, Lord willing, the Lord look past your iniquities for you being a faithful servant and maintaining your integrity towards him in this, in the society we're living in. Because when he comes, the Lord, Lord willing, Abaratazah, he find you, remaining faithful and like I said, and keep your integrity towards him, Lord willing, you be granted salvation, man. Because emasculate men like this is not going to make it. The scriptures speak about effeminate men. Let's get that. What's that? I believe that's 1 Corinthians 6. If I ain't mistaken, let's see here. 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. It says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind." See? And when you look this up on the blue letter, right, let's get an understanding of it, right? Let's go to the blue letter. Because the word effeminate means unmanly. All right? And there's, as far as fornicating, there's different fornications. All right, so let's go to 1 Corinthians 6. Go down, get on the blue letter. Guys like him won't make it, man. He already sold out anyway. In the, entertainment world. We know what happens behind closed doors in that entertainment world. All right, the whole public know about that now. That's been disclosed to the public, man, or put out to the public many years ago, man, about what they do behind closed doors. All right, this is fornicator. It says a man who prostitutes his body to another's lust for hire, a male prostitute, a man who indulges in unlawful sexual intercourse. And you know what? I'll just say this. It's the reason why Hollywood is called Hollyweird. Because the vast majority of those men are engaged in unlawful sexual intercourse, which that's in Leviticus as well, in the law as well of the Lord. Men lying with men like they would lie with a woman, call themselves having intercourse. That's against the Heavenly Father, man. And see, if you was to say that, they would cancel you, man. With this whole cancel culture, thing, they would cancel you for that, man. All right. Idolaters, idolaters, which is worshiping idols. See, a worshiper of false gods, a idolater. So we know what that is. Adulterers. An adulterer is, it could be a man that's sleeps with other men's women. All right, and then also it can be a adulterer, meaning because you can be not faithful to the Most High, like it says, because we as a nation, slack it for a moment. Slack it before I was interrupted. But I was saying that I was getting ready to say, I'm sorry. The Most High looks at the nation of Israel as a beautiful, comely woman. Because the Lord said He's married to the nation of Israel, and meaning that just means He's joined into us. And anytime we worship any false god, that can be that's considered adultery as well, as far as the nation of Israel. All right, beginning with the men of Israel. All right, which is us. All right, worshiping other these idols, these false gods. That can be adultery as well. That goes into idolatry as well. It says effeminate. soft to the touch, in the bad sense, of a boy kept for homosexual relations with a man. Wow. Of a male who submits his body to unnatural lewdness. A male prostitute. Also, it means unmanly. All right, unmanly. It says abusers of themselves with mankind. Same thing. One who lies with a male as with a female, sodomite, homosexual. Like I said, Hollywood is known for that, man. Hollywood is known for that. You see? So this Will Smith guy is just totally, man. He's totally emasculated, man. And you could tell from his action, man. He didn't get full of rage and fury when she was just humiliating him, in front of the whole world, man. But yet he's ready to, go all out for her. All right, show you who's being the the one that's being ran or run over. She's totally in control of their relationship. Let's go back to the book of Ecclesiastes 26. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 26, and let's go to verse 8. Let's go to verse 8. It says, a drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causeth great anger. But you see, in Will Smith, there was no great anger shown when she's spewing out what she's done with this August Alsina guy. All right, she's not showing any
journey with me.
Yeah.
There's people's feelings involved.
Fast forward.
And I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself. Mm-hmm. And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner.
During that time, launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. Mm-hmm. It had been so long since I felt good.
Right. Husband, now I got to be with you at the press conference while you tell the world about your transgressions. I love my baby.
Man, see how emasculated this guy is, man. Man, it hurts to see Jake this way, man. But hey, this is what it is right now. It says a drunken one, back in Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 8. Let's finish this up. It says, a drunken woman and a gatherer abroad caused great anger, and she would not cover her own shame. And we just watched it in that clip I played. He's even joking with her, man. Like playful banter almost, man. Are you serious, man? It says, verse 9, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. See? And we can tell that she's very haughty. She got all fake eyelids anyway, those fake eyelids they wear. Come on, man. That's crazy, man. To even... Hey, that's crazy to watch him, act as though her committing adultery is nothing, man. Like it's almost like he's okay in it, man. All right, verse 22. It says, "And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband." Hey, she was married, but she's still a harlot. So, what's the saying? You can't turn a whore into a housewife? Verse 23, it says, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. Clearly he's in Hollywood. I don't know a righteous-minded person within that world. Come on, man. It says, but a godly woman is given to him that feared the Lord. And obviously, Will Smith don't fear the Lord, and neither does he have a godly-minded woman. See? Verse 24, a dishonest woman contempted shame, which we clearly see that, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. So she would have denied, this August Alsina guy, like, hey man, I got, she should say she have a husband, and this is inappropriate, and left and walked away, and informed her husband of what he was trying to do, but instead she was with it. All right, and this is a lot of women there's a lot of Israelite women, man. They get into that type of stuff, man. Verse 25, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. Yeah, the bitch word, man. Bitch, man. All right. It says, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. So, hey, that sums it all up, man. I don't need to break that down. That's self-explanatory. She's not shamefaced. All right, shamefaced is a big deal, and that's something that a lot of women don't have, but they should be shamefaced. All right, let's go and get the definition of that. All right, shamefaced. Says modest, bashful, restrained by shame. Yeah, fear of being shamed, man. Firm in modesty. Shamefaced, it says it is, well, let me see. It says it is true that the second is the original form, that faced is due to a mistake. Okay, not that. So extremely modest or shy, cheerfully bearing reproaches, but shamefaced at praise, showing a sense of shame, showing a sense of guilt. The hand, well, it gives an example, but it's good for a woman to be shamefaced. Like I've seen like Syrian women in person, and they're totally shamefaced, which is a good thing. All right, but in America, they're not shamefaced, man. As far as women, I've actually seen Syrian women, the women that our forefathers chose in ancient times, and I've seen them in person. They're very shamefaced, man. Heads down. They're not looking at no other men, and not looking to get with other men. Like a woman's supposed to be, man. But again, this shows you that she's wicked. All right, he's wicked. She's proud, and haughty and wanton. All right, and he's emasculated, man. All right, he's totally emasculated. All right, men didn't play with women back in ancient times. I'll give you an example. All right, what's that? 2 Samuel 6. Or the time of King David. King David was very masculine. All right, let's see what he done to Saul's daughter. I might be pronouncing it wrong. Some pronounce it differently, but Michelle or Mitchell or Michael. It says 2 Samuel 6 and 16, and as the ark of the Lord came into the city of David, Michal, Saul's daughter, looked through a window and saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord. So he was dancing for the Heavenly Father, right? And she despised him in her heart. Remember, he took her from what's his name, Fartai or Apartai, you pronouncing it in the scriptures. That she had got with, you know, which, King David was already, espoused to her. All right, and she went and got this guy, and King David had to take her back. He went and recovered his wife. All right, so she was mad about that. All right, and also he wept over that, But hey, King David took what rightfully, he took that which was rightfully his. All right, it says, let's go down a bit. Let's go down to the point. It says, verse 20. Come on. It says, then David returned to bless his household, and Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet David and said, how glorious was the king of Israel today, who uncovered himself today in the eyes of the handmaids of his servants, as one of the vain fellows shamelessly uncovered himself. So she was talking smack, talking stuff to King David, because King David danced from the Lord, and back then, men of Israel, we had, real long rods. All right, you can see our rods, man. All right, if you weren't careful. So obviously his came out a little bit, and she made fun of King David. But check out what King David reply is to her. And David said to Michal, it was before Yahweh, which chose me before thy father and before all his house to appoint me ruler over the people of Yahweh, over Israel. Therefore will I play before Yahweh. And I will yet be more vile than thus, and will be base in mine own sight. And of the maidservants which thou hast spoken of them shall I be had in honor. You know what that mean? See, the women, which is maidservants, he said they're going to have them in honor, right? Because, remember, he's the king. But this is the end game for her, though. Verse 23, therefore Michal, the daughter of Saul, had no child until the day of her death. And that was a very shameful thing, not to have a child, for a woman in the ancient world. But the point is, he dealt with her very, very manfully, man. Totally with masculinity filled throughout his mind and throughout his, his whole spirit, man. Hey, these women gonna have me, but you ain't gonna have me. You're gonna die childless, in other words. All right? They're gonna have me. You ain't gonna have the pleasure of enjoying me. Getting busy with me in the bedroom, basically, is what King David was telling her. And that show you how men, like I said, that show you how manly and how masculine our ancestors were, man. They didn't play with women back then. They wouldn't be sitting there laughing and joking about adultery. Are you serious, man? That's why, hey, man, Jake is emasculated, But hey, in the kingdom of heaven, and that full manliness and masculinity will come back. It'll be back in the big way. It's going to be spread throughout the whole earth, man. Because right now, it's abhorred right now. Like in the Middle East, hey, women know what's up in the Middle East, man. But places like so-called America, all right, they got a false reality about what a woman's supposed to be and how she's supposed to go about, within her daily life and being a married woman or being joined into a man. All right, it won't be just in that small sect, of the world. It'll be throughout the whole earth, and not just the Middle East. It'll be throughout the whole world where you'll see women in order, man. All right, so with that, I'm going to close and say, Lord willing, you was edified in spirit. Until next time, I say shalom.